Okay, it is Monday, September 3rd. Finished most of this yesterday. Didn't finish all of it. We had a cookout and all that good stuff, so I had to do the family thing. But here's what we got so far as hopefully sellable parts. We've got the light, seat, exhaust, tank, bars, swing arm, rear shocks, harness, triple clamp, L tank, headlight brackets, wheels, tires, rear fender, pegs are over there. Then over here we've got the forks, which I'm going to sell those, but I may take those apart to see how they actually go together for when I replace the fork seals in the good one. Now we're going to actually, we can take the carb off, it's just sitting here. There's just one screw that just takes it off. So we'll take that cable out of it, take that off to the side. Next thing we'll do is we'll move around to the other side. Now I have taken a couple things I have done that I didn't get on video. I took the magneto cover off there, and I took the shifter off. And this I had to grind off because whoever had it before decided that they put the wrong size on, and instead of getting a bolt or the right size, they would weld it on. So I had to cut it off. That's pretty marred up there, but oh well, it is what it is. So next thing I'm going to do is take this cover off to get the clutch cable out, and then we will probably pull the motor. So we'll start on this, and we'll be right back. Okay, now we're down at the bike here. We're going to take the cover off so we can get the chain off and the clutch cable. Yamaha, like they do on a lot of their bikes, they decided it would be a great idea to use Phillips head screws. So that being said, they're just going to strip out, they always do. I'm going to use an impact screwdriver. Basically what this does, you hold it there, you smack it with a hammer, and it causes the end to turn to get it out. So hopefully, this doesn't work all the time, but hopefully we'll get it to, there we go. Wow, that was amazing. Got that one out. It just causes a slight impact. Well, got that one out too. Works great, actually. Probably should have used this on the controls when we were taking those off, but we didn't. Get this one. And we've got one more over here. I think that's it. There we go. We'll go ahead and get all these out. Actually, we'll just save it on camera since it's not going to take me very long. Now we've got to get around that boogered up shifter, which slags from the weld. Jesus. What a mess. There we go. And there's the inside of it, all nice and gummed up for us. So what we can do next is we'll take off this cable. Actually, we'll be right back. I'm going to get some gloves on, because I do have things to do today. I don't want to take another shower. Well, I probably will have to anyway, but we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Go ahead and flip the chain off here. That will go in the trash. Get the magneto wire out of the way here. Well, maybe. There we go. And one reason why I wanted to take this off, I wanted to see how the seal goes, the shift shaft seal, because I think my other one may need that. I saw a little bit of leakage, so that looks pretty straightforward. Just a pin that covers it up. Get this out of the way. And there we have it. Next thing we're going to do, We're actually ready. We're gonna keep this. This is part of that magneto. I'll sell that with the motor. At least I think I'm going to. We'll see. Might as well, I suppose. Next we'll get the impact and we'll take the bolts out for the motor, so stay tuned. Okay, we're back. Looks like, just a quick glance, there's 3 bolts holding the motor in. One right here, and one down there. So we'll take the 1/4 inch impact. Hopefully that'll be enough to get up and go to get these out. Oh yeah. Go ahead and probably might have to leave this in until we loosen up the other ones, but and we'll come back to that in a minute. Go ahead and zap the other ones out. Alright, that one's a little bit too tight. We could use the big impact, but there we go. There's the bottom one. And for that stubborn one, again, we're just going to use a ratchet, because at this 1/4 impact, again, it only will do up to 100 foot-pounds, and I think it's less than that now. It seems with age it's getting a little weaker. That bad boy's not wanting to come off. Maybe we will get the big one. We'll be right back. Okay, we've got the big one. Yeah, no problems for that one. So we'll go ahead and get a hammer and a chisel here. Actually, that popped right out. Get this one out here. And we've got the one over here in the bottom. Turn the bike. That one's got a bunch of water coming out of it. Must be water built up in the frame. Gotta move the kickstand out of the way. It's water or oil? I think it's oil. No idea why oil would be coming out. No, it's water. I have no idea why so much water would be built up there. Odd. So there. Get all 3 of those out. I think the motor should come out now. I'll be right back. I've got a mess here with this water. I'm going to clean this up. Okay, we're back after my sneezing spell and whatnot. Excuse me. There's no trick to this from what I could tell. I just got this bar under here and I'm just pushing up as hard as I can. almost. What's happened is part of the frame has bent around the motor. So I'm not pushing up quite as hard as I can, but I'm pushing up pretty freaking hard. I think we might have it out enough, possibly, because the thing's not that heavy. Oh, there we go. About time. So basically, from just looking, I didn't do anything off camera, this mount here was bent in. You can see I bent it out a little bit when I pulled the motor up. And that was causing all the issues. This little booger. Finally. Wow. So, give you a closer look. This right here was the main culprit. Look at all that caked on crap. There's the motor. We'll go ahead and move it up there to the bench because we do want to probably take the reeds out. The only other thing I want to take off the bike, there's a relay up there and then that filter housing. Other than that, maybe the kickstand? I don't know. Sell the bike, sell the frame as is, so we'll be right back. One thing we're doing before we put it up there is we're draining oil, and it's just a little drain plug on the bottom there. So getting that all drained out, because essentially I just want to clean this up, stick it on eBay, probably sell the Kickstarter separate because I don't want to ship it like that, and we'll sell it with the magneto and everything in there. Maybe get a little bit more out of it that way. It's got good compression, so would keep it as a spare, but nah. Don't like to have a lot of stuff laying around, so we'll let this drain out and we'll be back on the bench. And we're just about done with everything. Clean up some parts and then post some pictures. Now we've got the motor on the bench, actually cleaned it all up. We're gonna put the cover back on. We got the cable out because again, I didn't really feel like shipping it with that cable. Got this cover cleaned up as well. Oh. Got the push pins back in. I'm gonna line up this. This is your magneto. There's a slot that it goes into right there. It should line up fairly easy. Put it on the side. Oh, we lost one of our pins. Or our dowels. Put that back in. You can kind of line it up through this hole. There we go. There. Then we'll just put the 4 screws back in. Sorry, didn't mean to kick the camera there. Whatever I did with them. So we'll go ahead and put those back in real quick, and then we'll put the other little cover on. I got to clean that up, so we'll be back. Okay, we're back. Got the little cover, magneto cover there. It's all cleaned, clean as I feel like getting it at least. Go ahead and zap the screws in. There's that. The other side, pretty clean too. Bottom, we've got it about as clean as we're going to get it. No effort. I am going to take the Kickstarter off. I'm going to sell that separately. Actually, we're going to take the reeds out too. Hopefully I don't need that end pack. No, I don't. That's good. At least not on the first one. Hopefully. I didn't even check. You can't even see what I'm doing. There we go. So far we don't need that little impact. Got some bent screws in there. I may or may not include this, but I do want to at least look at it to get an idea for my bike, the one I'm keeping. I may include it with the carb. And of course, like everything else, that thing is stuck on there. Get a little screwdriver and pry her off, see what happens. I don't want to mess up the gasket. Of course, it is 29 years old, it's probably going to mess up anyway. Here, I'll do. There. And those are actually, I need to get this other section off. There's the cover for it. The actual reeds are this other plate, which I'll use a little pick. To get those out. I just don't want to booger this gasket all the way up. I guess it doesn't matter, I'm selling it. Alright, back with the smaller screwdriver. It's extremely hot again today, and it's only like 10 o'clock. Wonderful. Alright. Guess I'll just have to give it a good smack. Again, I don't really want to do this, but oh well. There's the little reed valve there. Probably will sell that separately. Here's the, this is not the reeds are these little right here. And they actually look fine, which means probably the ones on my bike are fine too. What we'll do is we'll just include that with it. No, we'll keep, shoot, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I don't know if it'd be better off. I'll check on eBay. The last thing I want to do here is just take this Kickstarter off. It's just one bolt. I believe it's an 8mm. Because there's a lot of people that aren't really looking for, there we go, it is an 8mm. And of course, like everything else, give it a little spread here. Maybe not. Good God. This is what you get when you work on a 29-year-old bike. Everything's just stuck on for life. And we're almost there. Just spreading out these little, just like you would on a shift lever. That should be enough, one would hope, but of course it's not. You see how much harder this bike is to work on, even though the 250F and the 125 are in horrible shape. Everything came off pretty easy. Whereas this one wants to give me fits. Okay, it's almost off. I'll get that all the way off camera. And then we'll clean some parts up and take some pictures. The only other thing I'm going to take off, and I'm not going to film that, would be that it's just 2 bolts holding it on. That black right there, that's just the air filter housing. So go ahead and get that off. We'll lay everything out, clean it up, and I'll show you what it looks like.